Are Tim and Gwen Walz as rich as the average politician? And what's with that awkward handshake? Here's what you probably didn't know about their marriage. Tim and Gwen Walz have a Midwestern love story. Tim was born and raised in Nebraska, while Gwen has spent most of her life living in Minnesota. Both former educators, the two met while teaching in rural Nebraska in the early 90s. The first teaching gig for them both.
We shared a classroom with a divider right down the middle.
A couple of years after their wedding, they moved to Mankato, Minnesota, a mid-sized town in the southern part of the state, and got teaching jobs at the same high school. The two educators have always been passionate about inclusivity, especially when it comes to their students. When they taught in Mankato, both Tim and Gwen were sure to make safe spaces for LGBTQ+ students. In the late 90s, Tim became the staff advisor for the Gay-Straight Alliance at the high school he and Gwen taught at. He told the Star Tribune of his position, "It really needed to be the football coach, who was the soldier and was straight and was married." Gwen, meanwhile, was noted for creating a positive and safe environment. A former student told the Associated Press, "I'd never heard a teacher ever talk about gay issues from the front of the classroom. That act meant the world to me. It made me feel welcome in the place where I'm supposed to learn." Tim and Gwen Walz's marriage hasn't been all roses and sunshine. The two have struggled, including while they were trying to add children to their family. The couple wasn't able to conceive naturally, which led them to seek fertility treatment. Luckily, they were living just over an hour away from Rochester, Minnesota, home of the Mayo Clinic, which is widely considered the best hospital in the United States. For 7 years, Gwen and Tim tried to conceive a child with the help of intrauterine insemination, or IUI. It was a long road, which Tim spoke about at his first campaign rally in 2024.
And I remember praying every night for a call for good news. The pit in my stomach when the phone rang, and the agony when we heard that the treatments hadn't worked.
Reproductive health care is still a topic Tim is passionate about. In response to J.D. Vance's views on the procedures, he wrote on X, "Even if you've never gone through the hell of infertility, someone you know has. J.D. Vance opposing the miracle of IVF is a direct attack on my family and so many others." Though Tim and Gwen Walz struggled to conceive, they were able to welcome 2 children into their family, a daughter named Hope and a son named Gus. They were living in Mankato when their children were born, and they remained there until Tim became governor of Minnesota in 2019. The family then relocated to St. Paul. Speaking with NPR News, Tim said about the move, "While we'll miss the first house we bought as 2 public school teachers starting a family, we're grateful and excited about this next chapter of our lives. We're having fun getting to know our new neighborhood in St. Paul. The Uptowner Cafe and Grand Ole Creamery have quickly become family favorites." Like all true Minnesotans, Tim and Gwen have raised their children to enjoy a fair, as evidenced by this cute 2023 Instagram post.
But then we're going to go get some food, corn dog.
I'm vegetarian.
Turkey then. And
Turkey's meat.
Not in Minnesota, turkey special.
A career in politics isn't cheap. It's expensive to run a campaign, making politics a playground for the extremely wealthy. While Donald Trump's net worth fluctuates, he's steadily worth at least a couple billion. Barack Obama has an estimated net worth of $70 million. Even Kamala Harris and J.D. Vance are multimillionaires, with their estimated net worths sitting at $8 million and $10 million respectively. But politicians don't have to be wealthy to be elected and have an impact, as evidenced by Tim Walz. Tim and Gwen spent their life working in education, a historically low-paying field. Of course, Tim has had other sources of income. He served in the military until 2005 and then in Congress for several years before becoming the governor of Minnesota. Still, none of them have been especially lucrative. Though they certainly live well above the poverty line, Tim and Gwen have nowhere near the assets other high-profile political figures in the United States have. According to the Wall Street Journal, they don't own any stocks, and they don't own any real estate. The couple sold their home in Mankato, Minnesota when Tim was elected governor. The couple's only investments are their pensions, and in 2019, their net worth reportedly landed in the 6-figure range. Their financial report card certainly isn't nothing, but it pales in comparison to some of Tim's colleagues. Tim Walz garnered many supporters across his home state. In 2023, his gubernatorial approval rating was 54%, which is a celebratory figure for politicians. But as noted, Minnesotans have wondered why Gwen isn't involved in politics herself. Luckily for those people, Gwen has had an influence on her husband's policies. For instance, one of Tim's biggest achievements as governor of Minnesota has been his criminal justice reform, and it's an issue that's long been important to Gwen too.
Until we are all equal and have equality, none of us are equal and have equality.
But Gwen doesn't want to take too much credit. In her eyes, her husband is the one doing the major work while she fulfills her duties as Minnesota's First Lady. As reported by the Star Tribune, she says Tim is the governor and makes the governor decisions. We have a lot to do, and everyone has a role and part in it. It is my responsibility to find my way forward in this new role, with respect and awareness. Running for a major position in politics means being open to scrutiny, and Tim and Gwen know that from experience. For example, during his first official rally in Philadelphia, they had an interaction on stage that caught everyone's attention. While Harris and her husband Doug embraced with a kiss, Tim and Gwen went a different route. They shook hands and hugged each other with one arm. Some found the interaction odd, namely Donald Trump's VP pick, J.D. Vance. He joked in a conversation with the Daily Mail, "I know that when I see my wife after a big speech, what I really want to do is give her a nice, firm handshake. It's just a completely bizarre response." Donald Trump Jr. also attempted to take a shot at Walz, calling the handshake weird. Despite the criticism, Tim and Gwen have remained united and very much in love. On June 4th, 2024, Tim and Gwen celebrated their 30th wedding anniversary. 2 years prior, Tim marked the day with a photo posted to X. He wrote, "In 1994, on this day, we were surrounded by our family and dear friends. Today, we remain most grateful for them and each other."